Good morning. My name is Sean Dex and welcome you back to the Man Grow for your daily Bitcoin and ChainLink analysis video. It's a brand new week, a brand new Monday, and I hope you guys have started your week off well. If not, hey, tell your boss to F the hell off and quit that damn job and become a trader like me. And I'm just kidding. This is not financial advice. Don't take any advice from me. That being said, we do have some interesting things to talk about on this Monday, this brand new week. First, let's go ahead and start off with what we were looking for Bitcoin to do yesterday. Well, we were looking for Bitcoin to find support of this daily support region over here at around 7,231. That was the first thing we were looking for it to do. It did do that. The second thing we were looking for it to do was close above the daily 10 SMA, and it did do that as well. But the third thing that we were looking for it to do, which was close above this region right over here, 7,420-ish, which was essentially a support region from these candles over here, as well as all the way from earlier this summer, right? 7,420, 7,430, somewhere around there. Bitcoin failing to do that, failing to meet that third criteria. And if you go ahead and look at the 4-hour time frame, you'll see that the 21 EMA was coming in just around that area on the 4-hour time frame, right? So we could use that. We could essentially use the 4-hour 21 as a guide to know that, hey, Bitcoin is going to be retaking that area. But as you can see, we got one rejection, two rejections of that area, and that was your short signal, either to get out of your trade or to take a short on that position. Now, going back to what we were talking about, we did close a week as well, right? Prior to that, we closed a monthly, and we talked about that in yesterday's video. Go ahead and watch that video. Don't want to be redundant in these videos. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the weekly. We closed the weekly, very, very important, and we do have something nasty going on over here. And I'll go ahead and clear out the Tenkin for now. Clear the Kijun as well, and I just want, actually, you know what, let's keep the Kijun and let's keep the Tenkin as well. Let's keep it all. So as you guys can see, we did base off this green 55 EMA right around the first time that we saw this major upthrust. That's when we took our trade around the first. Okay, so when Bitcoin essentially came, broke this 21 EMA, we took our long off this green 55. We got that massive move to the upside after waiting 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? We traded the range in between, yes, but we are essentially staying long as we are holding that green 55, getting rejected off that Tenkin, coming down, not finding support on the 21 EMA, coming to meet the green 55 again and crushing it right on its first pass on the weekly time frame, seeing a retest last week and getting a rejection as of now. So this is not a good picture at all. You're seeing a break, you're seeing a test, and you're seeing a rejection, right? The bullish picture would have been if we saw this come, retest it, and close above. As of right now, this weekly picture is not looking good at all. Okay, we are seeing lots of bear signatures. We talked about this a few weeks ago too, right around here, right, where the weekly 10 SMA as well as the 21 EMA were converging onto each other, and we talked about how that was very similar to what we saw in this picture over here when the bear market started in 2017 2018, right? Yes, we retook the 21 EMA, yes, we came up to the Tenkin as well, but we lost both of it. And what happens right after? We saw the convergence of the 10 SMA as well as the 21 EMA crossing on each crossing on each other and then starting a prolonged bear trend. It's so similar, guys, so similar. Look at this right over here. Losing the 21 EMA, retaking it, getting rejected off that Tenkin, then losing the 21 EMA again and seeing the bearish signature. So to me, until we retake this area over here, the Kijun as well as the 21 EMA, and confirm at least 2 weekly candles above this, it'll be very premature to get overall too bullish. Okay, so this key area over here is going to be 8,500-ish on Bitcoin. That's where I'm looking for the weekly to close. Even a daily closing above that is not going to be enough for me. Am I not going to trade this range? Of course I will be trading this range. I'm not saying I'm not going to trade it at all, but for me to look for ultra bullish trending moves, I'm not only going to want to see the Tenkin and the Kijun be retaken, I'm not going to want to see only the 21 EMA as well as the Kijun get retaken, but I'm also going to want to see the Tenkin get retaken. As you guys can see, guys, that's redundant. Let me go ahead and turn off what I don't want you guys to get distracted with. We don't need the green 55 for now. We also don't need the Kijun. Okay, just look at the 21, the Tenkin, and the 10 SMA. It's only when we've crossed all three of them that we have those mega trending moves on Bitcoin. You can go ahead and backtest this all the way through history too. You can look at the previous cycle. When we've closed above all of them, right, that's when we have a nice trending moves. Until then, it's just best to be patient, right? Am I saying Bitcoin's going to go all the way down to zero? No, no, but we could have a prolonged downtrend, right? Perhaps all the way down to 5,600, 5,400, hey, perhaps in 4,900 as of now. That target will change as the chart matures. For now, however, the weekly is not looking good, the daily is not looking good, the 12-hour loss is uptrend, the 4-hour loss is uptrend. There's only one redeeming factor, and that's a stretch as of now, guys. It's the daily being able to potentially put in a high low somewhere around here. So we do have a low at around 6,507. We have this much range between the current low of around 7,135 and around 6,523. The bulls can put in a high low anywhere between there. So let's see, can the bulls do that, or do we simply take out this low at around 6,507? Okay, so even right now, even if we do put in a low, so we've done something like this, right? Even if we do put in a low somewhere around here, we are still looking for another high low, because if we put in a low over here and then put in another lower high, we could simply do something like this, right, and put in a lower low compared to this point over here, and that does not salvage this. What I'm looking for is something like this, putting a higher low somewhere around here and then having a higher high, right, somewhere around here. And where does this come up to? 8,400, 8,500 area, right? And that lines up with our weekly level that we were just talking about not too long ago, around 2 minutes ago. Let's go ahead and pull that up. There you go, your 21 EMA, your Kijun coming around there, your 10 SMA is also right around that region, right? Also lining up with what everybody's looking at, this falling wedge. So we're going to see a lot of resistance there, even if Bitcoin does manage to establish a daily uptrend. We still have the weekly to contend with. I have been going over that again and again. So like I said, guys, if I do take any trades to the upside, it's going to be a quick in and out, and it'll only be if at least the 4-hour and the 12-hour get back into that uptrend. Right now, what we're looking for is for the daily to start establishing an uptrend. If that would make me a little bit more confident in taking long trades, where I'll be looking to hold on to them for a little bit longer. But it's not until the weekly establishes itself as a uptrend that I'll be looking for longer term trades. Okay, so let's go ahead and what should I look at right now? Okay, yeah, we haven't looked at our oscillators yet, our momentum oscillators. The 12-hour showing us that bullish divergence was what allowed us to be able to predict this move, right? This upthrust that we had all the way from around 6,500ish to 7,800ish. We also had it coming on major support area. So guys, it's not bullish divergence alone that matters. You want to be on some major objective support region. Okay, and we had the 2-day 200 moving average over there, we had the 3-day 200 moving average over there, we also had the monthly support coming in over there, guys. So we had a lot going on for us over here. So I don't want you guys to try and bottom fish if we do spot divergence over here. I'm not even sure if there is. Let's go ahead and look at it right now. And no, there's no divergence, not just yet. There is a possibility of divergence forming, right? We may have divergence form between this point and whatever happens with the RSI over here. There's a lot of room for divergence to form, especially if Bitcoin actually comes all the way down to the bottom of the wedge here, but the RSI doesn't. We may have divergence forming around this region over here too, but again, it's too early to say. It'll be really, you cannot project divergence like that. Every time you try to do something like that and front run it, especially when we are sitting on daily support over here, but is it strong enough? Let's see how this plays out. So we'll keep an eye on something. We'll keep an eye on this and see how this plays out for the next couple of days, or perhaps even tomorrow we'll do an update on that. Stochastics are moving to the upside on the daily, so this is not bad at all. We can go ahead and look at the 12-hour and what's going on over here. Move across to the downside, not the best. Look at the RSI. This is actually putting in a possible head and shoulders, and you guys might laugh at me for this, but these do actually see some playthrough. If this actually breaks, the trend line doesn't need to be perfect, but if I do see this kind of crack sharply, I'll be looking for this to actually come all the way back down to the critical area, underneath 20 at the very least. Okay, underneath 30 at the very least. Let's go ahead and cancel that. And this is this is my oh, by the way guys, it does look like a bear flag right over here. This is the chart on Deribit. I do trade on Deribit, so I keep this chart ready on hand, and this does look like a bear flag, right? And this does look like continuation to me. The question is, can we take out these lows over here? If we do take out these lows over here, this is not going to look good at all, and I do think that we're not going to stop at 6,200. We may see a start to stop over there, but I'll be looking for that trade all the way down to 5,600, 5,400. Okay, so going back to the daily now over here on Bitstamp, we are sitting on support over here on the daily at around 7,230ish. If we close underneath this level over here, I'm looking for at least the bottom of the wedge over here. If we actually even tick underneath 6,524, I'm going to be looking for continuation and a break of this channel, falling channel that everybody's looking at, right? Yes, this is a bullish channel typically. Okay, it's typically considered a bullish channel. Why? Because it has a higher probability of breaking to the upside, but doesn't mean that we will break to the upside, guys. Remember, patterns are just that, a probability of breaking to one side or the other. The pattern will have a higher probability of breaking to, not all of them, of course. A symmetrical triangle has an equal opportunity of breaking to either side, and to put the favor on your side, you always go with the trend. Okay, that's symmetrical triangle again. But a falling channel like this, it does typically break to the upside. Like, again, the probability is leaning towards the upside, but it doesn't mean it has to. If it does break to the upside, the measured move is usually to the top of the channel or the thickest breadth of the channel, right? Now, if it breaks to the downside, you're not going to see the same measured move. I know a lot of people think that you will. No, it doesn't work that way. And to have a better understanding of why, okay, for those of you, I'm not going to be able to spend the time going in depth into that, but if you guys are on the seed program, you guys do understand, right, why those measure moves come into play, and why. Okay, a good question for you guys to ponder over: why is this a bullish channel? Why is this a bullish channel? Why is it considered a bullish pattern? We are downtrending, right? If we're going down and down and down and down, why is it considered a bullish pattern if we are going down? Okay, this is something to ponder over. Okay, this is something, again, I discuss in depth and break it down so you guys really understand this in the seed program. But I will spend time on this in these daily videos, but I'll be able to own only bits and pieces. Okay, so I'll be able to, because again, we don't have that much time in these videos. I like to keep them at least less than 25 minutes long. Okay, so on the daily, we aren't seeing the momentum that we are looking for just yet. Let's go ahead and look at the 12-hour oscillators. What's going on over there? I think we just look at this. What am I saying? Let's look at the 4-hour. Okay, 4-hour stochastics have crossed to the upside. That's not bad. There's no real bullish divergence on the RSI. We are double bottoming over here on the RSI, but again, it's nothing too significant. Even if there is anything, no, I would not. It's not significant enough for me to even look at. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour. Is there anything to be had over there? People would be looking at these areas over here and these areas over here. Okay, this is what people are going to do. I don't do this, but I'm going to tell you this just in case, just so you guys are prepared. They're going to say like, hey, bullish divergence, right? I don't think this is a bullish divergence. This is far too far. Yeah, this is too far away from each other to be considered bullish divergence. At least for me, the way I play it, I'm not looking at that as bullish divergence. But you may be able to look at it according to your system. I don't consider that bullish divergence. Okay, so that's 1 hour. This yellow box territory is where I'll be looking for Bitcoin to pop back into if it was to salvage itself on the 4-hour time frame. But if you guys really want to be safe, you're looking at the 21 EMA as well as the, we're finding support on the Kijun. Okay, this is the trade that I was trying to get, but I kind of missed it this morning. I was trying to short around the 4-hour 21 EMA and look to close at the Kijun. I missed the trade, unfortunately. I got busy with some work I had to do around the house and pretty much grocery shopping. So yeah, over here the Tenkin coming at 7,505. I am looking, if Bitcoin does find support over here and does pop over this yellow box territory, I'm looking for it to come in around the 7,800, 7,750ish region, right? Somewhere around here. If it can actually find some resistance over there, come down, put in a higher low on the 4-hour, and then pop up over the 7,800, that would get me bullish. And then we would have essentially put in a higher high on the daily, right? Yep, we would have put in, essentially what that's going to end up doing is confirming this as a low, and then perhaps even getting a higher high on the daily. So again, it's not all going to happen today, guys. Remember, we have only, I think, 3-4 hour candles more before we close the day, and yeah, this could take its time. I'm looking for, again, if we do something like something like this, okay, something like that, then the daily may get salvaged as well. Again, take it one step at a time. So yeah, that's Bitcoin USD for us, guys. Again, we don't want to lose the Kijun over here. If we do lose the Kijun, we're looking to further downside around 6,800, 6,600ish at the very least, but it all depends on how the day closes, right? I'm gonna venture a guess that if the 4 hour closes underneath the Kijun, it's gonna hold that Kijun as resistance for the day as well, and the day is going to end up losing its 7,250 its support region, and that's going to end up having us test the bottom of this wedge again, okay, somewhere around there. So yep, that's our forecast for Bitcoin USD. Let's go ahead and see how ChainLink is doing. Again, ChainLink not doing all that much, right? Pretty much the same story. Like, we are seeing resistance over here, $2.30, and we're finding support at around the $2.05 mark. So simply ranging between these regions until we clear $2.35. Nothing to get really too excited about. The daily 20 on EMA is coming in aggressively now to the downside. If we actually see this daily 20 on EMA come at around $2, come to the $2.33 region in the next couple of days, and then we clear that region, it'll be a good sign. It'll be a good sign, but still, it won't be until we clear the $2.55 region, okay? And on the weekly as well, that I'll be looking for a very ultra trend on ChainLink once again, okay? So we had this nice trend on ChainLink on the USD chart, even better on the Bitcoin chart. So it's not until we clear this cluster over here at $2.55 that we can get excited, okay? The thing to get worried about is if we lose this low over here at $2.02, $2.05, somewhere around, let's go ahead and see the exact low is around $2.02. Yeah, if we lose that low, then I'll be looking for eventually ChainLink to come down to $1.53. That may also match up with Bitcoin having its move towards the downside all the way down to the 5,000 region, guys. So a lot of confluence between how Bitcoin is reacting and how ChainLink is reacting to their USD pairings, and again, that is to be expected, right? Bitcoin does dictate the USD charts for almost all coins. So if you want to look at ChainLink and see how bullish it is performing, you want to look at its Bitcoin chart, because if it's doing well relatively on its Bitcoin pairing, it means it's holding up better than most at the very least, okay? So yeah, that's ChainLink, guys. Does look kind of ugly over here. You're seeing a sort of bearish formation, that rejection, that continuation towards the downside, but you want to find us have support at around the $2.02 mark. We do not want to lose that. If we find support somewhere around here, we have resistance in the middle of the range around $2.20, but again, the key resistance to be breaking, the most immediate resistance is around $2.35. After that, we have around $2.55. If we clear $2.55, it is very simple. That's the easy trade that I'm looking for. Good 20% move all the way up to $3.05. Now, I've been pretty much regurgitating the same thing day after day after day, but hey, I'm hoping that because I'm being so redundant, these levels are getting drilled into your heads. Yes, sometimes you have to be patient. Yes, sometimes it gets boring, but it's when everybody is losing their patience, when everybody gets relaxed, that the big moves show themselves. All right, so yep, Bitcoin actually ticking up as we speak. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour. Are we seeing, okay, cool, a nice up thrust, probably going to find resistance around this region over here, around 7,320 to around 7,310. Okay, so this area is going to be key on the lower time frames. If we do clear this area 7,325, what's that going to look like on the 4 hour time frame? All it would mean is that we're getting a retest of the 10 SMA really. On the 4 hour time frame, it's only if we clear the 7,400 region and close 2 candles above here that I would actually get excited. We do have this inverted head and shoulders, right? That everybody was looking to, everybody was eyeing it, right? This is why, guys, I don't pay too much attention on patterns, right? What happens? We talked about this so many times on the Mango channel. And nobody else is talking about this. And it kind of bothers me because we should be talking about this. These measured moves that do not actually meet its measured move. Okay, these patterns that don't meet its measured move, they typically form into a pattern of the reverse trend of the. Okay, so essentially, if it's a bullish pattern and doesn't meet its measured move, it turns into a bearish pattern, and that's what we saw over here, right? This is supposed to be an inverted head and shoulders that was pointing to around 8,200, 8,100. It did not meet its measured move. What it turned into? It turned into a rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, and now that is seeing some playthrough. But hey, some people might be looking at this as I'm just noticing this actually. We might have a drooping head and shoulders over here, and hey, this breaks down. Okay, cool. So you're seeing one inverted head and shoulders into an inverted head and shoulders. I'm not sure if people are going to eye this, and it's usually when these patterns that aren't spotted by people, when they aren't spotted by people, that's when they actually play out their measured moves. So let's go ahead and actually see what the measured move for this one would be. This would be a little bit... Okay, cool. So yeah, it does point down to the 6,600 region. Okay, again, I did this very crassly. As you can see, I'm pretty much drawing it with crayons. But yeah, you guys get the idea, right? You guys have watched this channel long enough to know how to go ahead and do these yourself, do these measured moves yourself. So I'm going to leave that as a homework exercise for you guys. So yep, that's it for you guys. That's it for today, guys. I want to keep this video short and sweet. We have 7,230-ish daily support region that Bitcoin does need to hold. We also do have this potential head and shoulders forming over here. We have this rising wedge that does seem to have broken down to the downside. Has it already played out its measured move? Go ahead and do that as a homework exercise. I've given you guys clues and tips on how to do your measured move on this in this video, even for those of you who are new to this channel. 4 hours in a downtrend, 12 hours in a downtrend. Same thing with Chainlink, guys. Everything is in a downtrend. The daily is in the downtrend, the 4 hours, the 12 hours in downtrend. So there's no reason to get bullish just yet until we start putting in high lows and high highs. Until then, we simply be patient or play the support and resistance, right? We might be putting in a high low over here, so you could be looking to bottom fish that with a stop loss underneath $2.02. There is a trade to be had over here, definitely. The top of the range over here is a good 12 to 15% move that you could get out of this if you want to be aggressive. I'm personally waiting, but then again, I mean, actually, remember, guys, Chainlink is sitting on its daily 200. It's a daily 200. Ooh, we've lost it. Ooh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. We also are seeing a bearish TK cross over here come very soon. And so I'm kind of front running myself on this. We don't have the best TK cross just yet. We are also seeing the 12-hour cloud flip red. So this is beginning to look a little ugly on Chainlink. Can it salvage itself? Can it retake its 200 MA? If not, the last line of defense over here is $2.02. And if we tick underneath that, I would be looking for this range to get filled up over here. Oof. Okay, cool. So let's do an update on this tomorrow. Definitely, I'll be keeping an eye on this. Losing that 200 MA is not a good sign for me. Okay, cool. That's it for Chainlink as well, guys. Overall, it's all about being patient. Don't front run anything. Don't get too foamish. Don't get too panicky. Be patient. Do it the mango way. Do the stress-free way. Take the easy trades. And hey, eventually, it'll all come together. See you tomorrow.